Is this thing on?
Hello? Yeah, hello?
You might need to blow on it.
Hey. It's kind of dusty, isn't it?
Just a wee bit. There you go. Get all that dust out of there. Yeah. Don't breathe it. No huffing. Come on.
All right. Well, hopefully this shit's working.
It should be.
If not, then, whatever. We'll just try again, I guess, later.
Later. It's only been like a year or so.
Not like anybody's watching anyway, I guess.
Don't you mean listening?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Anyway.
It's almost Halloween, dude.
Don't remind me. I still gotta get my costume.
I don't even have one. Well, I lied. I kind of have one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna whip it out, or
No.
not gonna show me?
No.
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 I thought it was nice and long.
Secret.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so it's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah.
Last time, I forget what the hell we did, so we're starting over from scratch. We are still a Cinematic Concussion, and we're still going to try to review shit.
Yes.
This time, since it's almost Halloween, let's try and do a scary movie, or scary-ish.
A good scary movie.
A good scary movie.
Old school.
Old school. None of that new crap where everything's found footage. None of that new crap where Saw is like Saw 19 or...
They're done with them. It's
Paranormal
okay.
Activity 35.
Why do you gotta bring that up? Supposedly this is the last one, but I don't believe them.
I don't believe it either.
If they can find money in it, they're gonna keep doing that shit.
It's like Kiss. They come back every year and they try again.
Yeah.
And they make money from it. Cool. Good for them. Whatever. I don't want to watch it. Now, Kiss I would watch, but not Paranormal Activity.
No, not paranormal.
No.
So what are we reviewing today?
I think I dug out from the archive somewhere. Where the hell is it? We're going to watch The Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And not the original 1940s, 1950s version. We're watching the John Carpenter version from the 1980s.
Yes, the one that he hinted at us during his Halloween.
Yeah. He gave us a little bit of a window into what he thought he was going to do, and he actually went through with it. Apparently this version follows the original source material a lot closer than the 1940s, 1950s version. That one took it as, there's this alien invasion, or these people were able to procure a flying saucer. I actually haven't seen it, to be honest.
I haven't
But it didn't follow the original source material. This one has the alien. It puts its people in this peril, and it actually makes a fairly decent movie, or at least I know John Carpenter does, because he's from Halloween.
He's the man.
Escape from New York.
Yes.
Stuff like that. So, this version stars Kurt Russell, Keith David, and everybody's favorite oatmeal peddler, Wilford Brimley, in 3 of the starring roles in the movie. What do you think?
I personally liked it. The first time I watched it, I like the older stuff, animatronics. Yeah, CG's cool, but I like it when they try to make it gory and as real as they can without CGI.
Yeah, the CGI tends to cheapen the experience for me for the most part. When done properly, CGI can actually be very good.
Yes.
But it doesn't take much to ruin it, look at the 2011 remake, I guess, of The Thing. It just looked like crap.
Yeah, when they made The Thing CGI and not animatronic like they did with Carpenter's, it took me away from the movie.
Yeah, it distracted you. This thing in the 1982 version actually looked like it would come out of the screen and attack you.
Yes, because you look at The Thing, you're like, what the hell is that? Right. How did they even do that? And that looks awesome.
Yeah. And watching some of the special features, behind the scenes stuff, you see that they did a lot of stuff in reverse.
Yes.
Which is cool. It works just fine, and it adds to the effect. It makes it look like, these legs are sprouting out of this piece of the monster. Like, the scene where one of the guy's heads detaches from its own body because he's one of the things, and tries to escape by turning to this like crab-like creature.
And he uses his long-ass tongue.
He uses his long-ass tongue. Speaking of Kiss, it looks just like Gene Simmons. But, I digress. In any case. Go on. Again, tell me more about what you think.
So, would we classify this as a scary sci-fi thriller, or what would we classify this movie as?
It gets classified as both. It's a horror movie and a sci-fi movie. Obviously, not every sci-fi movie is scary. Not every horror movie involves aliens. So this is kind of bridges those two gaps where it's got the sci-fi elements, but also has the terror involved because everybody's going to be second guessing who's sitting next to them.
Yeah, they're going to try and figure out who is who and who is human.
Right, who's human. And obviously this thing came from a different camp in Antarctica where these guys are stationed. It came from like this Norwegian camp, and these guys had been affected by their, chasing after this being it looks like a dog, but really isn't.
I blame them if they would have just taken the dog out, But then we wouldn't have a movie, and we would not be here today.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe one of the other Norwegian guys is infected.
This could be true.
Yeah, dog gets eliminated. The guy who's sitting there throwing grenades poorly, maybe he's the one who.
Maybe that's why he was throwing them poorly.
Right, he was throwing them poorly on purpose to keep from killing the dog.
Yes, because he was a brother or something.
Right.
Speaking of that, do you think when they mutate, is it the same thing, or is it like a brother, sister? What do you think?
That's a good question. I mean, they make mention in the movie that they believe that every single piece down to the cellular level is a complete life form. So maybe it's more like, how some people have like twins or triplets or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These are all brothers and sisters, identical, right? Conjoined into one body form, or, more than one or two. Basically, it's like the equivalent of some sort of cellular microbe that will self-divide and create new, clones of itself to preserve its life.
Yeah, because I could see if it was just one person and then it was making clones of itself and keeps going, I could see that. Or I could see it being a family of some kind or something like that.
Dear God, we've got the horror movie of the Duggars. What the hell? Yeah. I guess we'll see. Maybe one of them will molest their sister or something. Who knows? We're getting political. We need to step way back from that.
Way back.
Yeah. So we talked about the practical effects because this is pre-CG. This is before everything could be done digitally. They actually built these monsters. They animated the monsters somehow. They obviously built the sets. They built the explosions were real. The fires were real. So everything is genuine. Let's talk about the cast a little bit. The cast is, I think 10 guys.
10 or so, yeah.
Yeah, there's no female presence whatsoever.
Except for the chess computer.
Except for the female voice of the chess computer, that's right. The cheating bitch, as Kurt Russell says in the beginning. But
it is a computer, so it could be cheating.
It is a computer, yeah. Now, some people might complain, okay, there's a little bit lack of a female presence, but this is, again, back in the 80s where we had movies like that. All-male ensemble is not actually a bad thing. I mean, just look at 12 Angry Men. That movie and the story in general, when it came out, was phenomenal. I mean, you have these 12 guys in a jury sequestered in a room trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, big word like sequestered comes into this thing. All right. Anyway, so they're in a room. They're trying to figure this shit out. And they play well with each other. So, not every movie has to have a female lead.
I think it wasn't until Alien that it was, let's bring the women in. Because after that, it seemed like it kind of kicked off from there.
Well, they kind of did that before Alien, though. I mean, Alien, I think about it this way. Star Wars came before Alien.
Yes.
And we all know what a great job Carrie Fisher did.
Mm-hmm.
Flash Gordon was before that, right? So Flash Gordon, at least I think Flash Gordon was before that. Don't quote me on that, people. I don't know. Had a female protagonist. The only reason why I say she's an antagonist is because she kept getting into trouble. She wasn't exactly very strong of a character. She just caused problems, unfortunately. But the strong female leads came out about the time Star Wars came out, and then Aliens brought it to another whole level.
Alien made her more badass women, I guess I meant to say.
Well, yeah, Aliens did. Alien, the Ridley Scott version, she was badass, but she was also the woman in peril because she didn't know what the fuck this thing was. nobody else knew on the ship knew what
No.
the fuck the thing was, and it was just killing people left and right. So, yeah, she was a bit terrified. Second movie, she got her shit together, and she goes, "Okay, I'm going to kill your ass." So,
Yes.
all right. Also, let's talk about that score, or I guess the entire movie score.
Yes, my favorite would probably have to be the title sequence.
The title sequence is very good.
The thumping.
The thumping.
Yes.
It's pre Inception's bong. You know, this is before Hans Zimmer came on the scene. Really, John Carpenter writes his own music for the most part.
And I like that. I
Yeah.
like what a director can do that.
Yeah, he's an auteur. He'll write, direct, do the composition. Probably does the editing too.
Probably a little
I
bit,
wouldn't
yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, he from Halloween to again Escape from New York, The Thing, They Live. He does quite a few.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China. Yep. So, music top notch, characters top notch.
He definitely has some different sound effects.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed when they started noticing the Thing was infiltrating different bodies in the camp. And I believe it was when one of the guys was in the medical bay and the Thing came by and they had that screeching sound.
Yeah, it almost sounds like, it just may sound bad, but it sounds like Cats in Pain or something like that, just tweaked a bit
Yeah.
for the frequency.
But I liked it. It sounded cool.
Yeah, it did. I mean, again, it goes back to tying it with the practical effect. The sound effects that came along with the monster, it tied everything together in a nice, neat little package.
It was a nice jump scare.
Yeah, well, they did have a couple jump scares in there, and this is before everybody used jump scares, really.
Yeah, we don't need them every 5 seconds.
No,
That kind of ruins the movie.
No, in fact, I think I don't know if we've talked about this before, but the scariest thing in the world is pretty much just dead silence.
Yes.
It allows your mind to wander. You start getting scared on your own. Not every movie needs to have dun dun or a jump scare or something to indicate, oh, you're supposed to be scared.
It's more scary that you don't know what's going to happen.
Right, and that's the point.
If you keep doing the same thing over and over, the audience is they're gonna catch on. So you need to kind of mix it up a bit. Not so many jump scares over and over and over.
Basically, if you keep doing it, the audience is going to get tired of it, like I am, and they're gonna be desensitized to it for the most part.
So I think if you go kind of silent, maybe even not so much musical with it, it's more what's going to happen. You don't know if they're going to jump out in front of you, behind you, who's going to pop up.
A good example of silence that promotes tension and terror, even though it's not really a scary movie, is I Am Legend. For the most part, it's silent. I mean, you got a lot of ambient noise, and every so often he'll play the Shrek's on TV or Bob Marley comes over the radio or something. But it's quiet, and it builds that atmosphere.
Because everything's going to be all right.
Everything's going to be all right. That's right. Anyway, thank you, Bob.
But he does do a good job with the score. I like all that he's done with it so far.
Yeah, in every movie that he does, it's always a different signature score of his, or I guess now they become signature scores of his.
Because I know with some movies, you know, it's kind of like your favorite band. You kind of hear the same orchestras over and over a little bit, and it's like, yeah, I kind of get, you're trying to do something different, but you still get pulled back to the original that they used it in.
Right. You expect a certain type, a certain progression.
And I think Carpenter is good at mixing it up.
Yeah, he is.
You don't really hear the same thing over and over.
Each world of his is different.
Yes.
So, okay, so we got music, and let's talk about story. Story is fairly common, I guess, nowadays. You have 10 people stranded, segregated from the rest of society. Here's this monstrous threat.
And they were trying to do some good. They were studying.
They were studying something. They never really point out what.
Yeah, they never said.
I think maybe they were there to take samples.
I think so. Yeah.
Of stuff and study how Antarctica came to be, how this Earth came to be.
Yeah.
Why
it's so damn cold there.
Why it's so damn cold there, right? Everybody's walking along with high beams.
Yes.
Anyway. So they got 10 people. you got the threat, and you got sort of a mystery.
Yeah, different people act to different threats
Right.
differently.
People's reactions to threats are different, but also they keep looking over each other's shoulders or their own shoulders because they don't know if the guy next to them is the threat, is the alien, is the thing, I guess it would be apt to say, and whether or not their life is in danger.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, you probably should second guess yourself and others around you.
Right. I mean, there's a scene where they go around testing each other's. They test their own blood to see if they are the thing, and each time, even though the person may know if they are human or not, they start second guessing themselves no matter what. Because wait, maybe I am. I don't know.
Because you could tell in the movie that Windows, I believe, is his name.
Windows, yeah, the
He,
comm operator.
When McCready had his blood and was testing it, he was like, "Oh, please don't! I don't think I am." And when he touched the blood with the metal thing that was on fire,
Some water, some wire that he heated up to,
and he was like, "Oh, thank God," because he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know, and the guy looked like he was shitting bricks at that point.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of funny though, because he kept testing different people's blood, and you were like, well, who's it gonna be? And then pretty soon, it looked like almost just like a blob of a head came up, and it scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny. Also, I forget what the actor's name is, but the guy who plays the chief of the station,
Yeah.
he's the last one to get tested, and afterwards he gets sitting there getting pissed off. He goes, "Boys,